Rainbow Dash!
One day, Bertie and Spike were taking a group of railway enthusiasts on a tour of the Northwestern Railway. It was their last day of their week-long tour, and Edward, Applejack, and Applebloom were preparing them to take to meet Bill, Ben, Snips, and Snails. He found it difficult to start the heavy train.
Hey, Fluttershy, did you see Edward straining so hard?
I hope he'll be okay.
I bet that's positively painful.
Poor Edward. Don't strain yourself too hard, darling.
Well, I think it's just pathetic.
Why do you say that, Big G?
Well, to put things straight, Edward is the only one of his kind left. He's the only K2 engine left from his old line, the Furness Railway. He should give up and be preserved at a railway museum before it's too late.
What? How could you say such a horrible thing about Eddie like that?
Rainbow's got a point, Gordon. You're just jealous. Edward's a better, humble engine than you will ever be.
You may be right there, Duck. Edward may be old, but he's always managed to surprise us of what he can do. Ain't that right, Big Mac?
Yup. I've almost got it. I've done it. We're off.
Soon, Edward was out of Knapford Station, heading towards Brendam Docks. Bill and Ben were delighted to see the rail enthusiasts. They loved being photographed. Later, they took the group to the China Clay Works in a brake van special. Everyone had a great time, and the rail enthusiasts were very impressed. Then Edward and the Apple sisters took the enthusiasts home. For the first half on their journey back, everything went off without a hitch. But when they got to Wellsworth, the weather changed for the worst. Soon, wind and rain buffeted Edward. Without warning, his sander valve had failed, and while Applebloom remained in Edward's cab to keep his speed under control, Applejack rode on his buffer beams up front, dropping large amounts of sand with her hooves. Then suddenly, Edward's wheels began to slip fiercely. Then, with the loud noise of shrieking metal cracking, something on him broke off. The Apple sisters quickly inspected the damage, and repair attempts took some time, but to no avail.
Sorry to tell you this, Eddie, but one of your crank pins on your wheels broke off. I knew we should have taken you to the stain works when we had the chance.
I was afraid this would happen sooner or later.
And the worst part is that we've already taken one of your side rods off of you. Now you look like an engine ready for the scrapper's torch.
Can you still get these people home? They must head back to the mainland tomorrow morning.
I'll try my best, AJ.
Edward pulled and puffed as hard as he could, but without his side rods and crank pins, his wheels just kept on slipping, and he couldn't start the heavy train. The rail enthusiasts were getting anxious and worried. Also, Edward couldn't figure out what else he could do.
Maybe Gordon was right. I should have been preserved to a railway museum sooner. I might as well give up and go into retirement.
No, Edward! You will not be retired. Not while I'm around. You're still a really useful engine to me and Apple Bloom.
But what can I do? Without my side rods, I can't move my wheels. If only there was a way to loosen my load a bit. That way I can move without pulling a heavy load.
That's it!
What is it, little sis? You have an idea?
Yes, I know how Edward can move again and still be able to get the passengers home. Come on, I'll explain along the way.
Then the Apple sisters and the conductor quickly went along the train, making adjustments between the coaches.
Hey girls, why were you fiddling with the brakes on my coaches?
We weren't messing with the brakes, Eddie. We just loosened the couplings for you. Now you can pick up your coaches one at a time just like you do shunting freight cars at Naffer Yard.
I thought of the idea myself. It reminded me of that same problem we had back home.
You know, girls, I think that was an ingenious idea you came up with, and that will be much easier.
Okay, Eddie. You ready?
Ready, AJ? Come on, let's go!
Then Applejack carefully opened the regulator, and soon Edward moved cautiously forward. The first coach helped to start the second, and the second helped the last.
I've done it, girls! Your idea worked!
Whoa! Steady, Eddie boy!
All right, Edward! You got him! You fought against all odds!
As the two sisters listened to Edward's steady beat of his puffing, the veteran blue engine forged slowly and surely up the hill. At last, battered, weary, but undefeated, Edward steamed into Knapford Station. Henry and Fluttershy were waiting for the enthusiasts with a special charter train.
Yes! We've made it!
Sir Topham Hatt was on the platform and angrily pointed to the station clock, telling them that they arrived very late. But the excited passengers cheered and thanked Edward and the Apple sisters for a job well done. Most of the engines and ponies had saw to it that Edward was still in one piece, and Gordon remained respectfully silent. Even with his old railway now in the history books, Edward knows he is proud to call the Northwestern Railway and the island of Sodor a place to call home.